Hello, everybody. My name is Beatrice Gonzalez, and I am a spiritual investigator here to deliver the news of what the FBI knows. So let's get down to business and talk about it. So, these cartels who think that they're running the show in the United States, think again. The United States is hunting this criminal organization, the Sinaloas, that Mexican cartel? Well, the FBI, DEA agents know that the Sinaloa cartels have been bribing corrupt government officials. So these individuals, the Sinaloa cartels, have been bribing government officials, authority figures, uh, chief of police, sheriffs. So they work with uh, government officials within our government to bribe them so that they can traffic their drugs into our country. And what they do is that they work in key locations, and the FBI, DEA knows about these key locations where truck drivers and other people who are passing off as if they're the typical idol family, meaning the people who you would least suspect are the ones that are really trafficking drugs from state to state. So, since the FBI, DEA is all over this cartel, this crazy, insane cartels, because I've heard a lot about them, but the DEA is about to put all of these people out of their misery because they are being hunted down by the DEA. FBI agents are all over this this monstrous drug cartel that is inside the United States. So they know that they have leaders within the 50 states that are running the show, thinking that because they are bribing government officials, authority figures, that they're going to continue to get away with the drug trafficking. Think again, because there's going to be mass arrests. And a lot of the people who have thought that they were going through from being undetected, no, you are not undetected. You are seen because the FBI, DEA is putting the pieces together as the mapping out key locations to the individuals that are trafficking drugs, and they're utilizing people, the average normal looking family, to traffic drugs. Excuse me for 1 second. Oh my God, it's hot in here. Let me turn on the air conditioner.
I'll put this online, Mom.
Yeah.
So my friend will come back. What time are you gonna finish?
uh it won't be too long.
All right, cool. I want to talk to my friend later on. Thank you.
Yes. So the feds know that the Sinaloa cartels are bribing officials, corrupt government officials. But all of these people are going to be exposed. They're all going to be broadcast for the whole entire world to see exactly all of these corrupt officials who have been profiting from the drug trade, working with the Sinaloa cartels. The feds are watching all of the corrupt government officials, authority figures, judges, chief of police, sheriffs who have been working with the Sinaloa cartels, street gangsters. So in this drug trade, you have all of these street gangsters that are working together because you need the street gangsters to work with the corrupt government officials plus the cartels, the Sinaloa cartels. So this this involvement with corrupt government officials, the Sinaloa cartels, and the gangsters. These are the gangsters: Bloods, Crips, MS-13, Ninjas, Diablos. These are all people. These individuals are the terrorists of this country. These are the enemy of the United States because these are the individuals that are filling the neighborhoods, the communities, the schools, the streets with drugs. This is the poison. Do you know how many Americans have died because of drug use, the addiction? And this is what corrupt government officials are doing, working with the Sinaloa cartels, working with street gangsters, working with all of this. They are the ones that are responsible for the drugs coming into our country. Of course, other upright government officials are watching you working with street gangsters. And the feds already know. Let me pull up my notes and give you the rest. This is the and not only working with the street gangsters to transport drugs, to traffic drugs into the 50 states, and all of these individuals, corrupt government officials, judges, sheriffs, chief of police, all of these individuals is responsible for the flow of drugs in your community. People, open up your eyes. If you have a lot of drugs coming into your neighborhood, into your community, into your city, into your location, listen, that is corruption. There are officials there. And but see, the thing about it is that the FBI, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security, Department of Justice knows that the corruption is right there. Because if you have a lot of drugs coming in and it's a lot, you know that somebody there has been paid off. And that's exactly what the feds are seeing. They're tracking down all of these individuals. They know that the drug trafficking is coming through truck drivers. They know that it's coming in through uh, uh, containers, shipping and receiving containers. That it's coming through the wall, over the wall, through the border. They know all of this and they know the key locations. This is why now the United States is cracking down on all of these corrupt government officials because it's them that has brought this poison into into our communities, into our neighborhoods. They are responsible for the drug, the drugs that are being brought, that are being flooded into the communities, into the cities, into the neighborhoods. So definitely, they're bribed, and they're taking dirty money. FBI, DEA agents have evidence gangsters are trying to avoid detection, arrest, and are relocating into suburban neighborhoods, countryside, remote locations. So, a lot of these gangsters that are working with the cartels, they're trying to avoid being in the city. Of course, they're in the city, but now they're moving into suburban neighborhoods, remote areas like the countryside, because now they're trying to not be seen. They don't want to be detected. So now they're coming into suburban neighborhoods. Not only that, but They also know that a lot of them who are working with the cartels are now like hiding out. They're trying to blend in into other areas that are not in the city. So they're being spreaded out into suburban neighborhoods. The FBI knows about that as well. So a lot of them are doing it because they don't want to be arrested. They don't want to be detected. But the FBI is closing in on all of them. So definitely they're going to be arrested. And and this is the most craziest thing because I had to laugh at because I'm thinking about it. It's crazy. But these this corrupt government officials uh are who have their hands all involved in this drug trafficking, and the handlers that are behind the distribution of the drugs to the drug trafficker, which would be the individual who gets on the road and traffic the drugs from state to state. They know that they get the individuals that have the typical normal looking they come off as the typical normal looking family with children. So these individuals are trafficking drugs because they know that they pass off as the idle family, that nobody is going to detect them. You will be fooled because if you see them, they look like as if they're wholesome. They're the type of family, a family orientated, the one that has the wife, the children, the vacation type of, look, very wholesome type of family. Well, they're getting these type of individuals to be the ones to traffic the drugs. So, because they know that they would be able to get through without being detected. So, the FBI now knows that there are a lot of families that are trafficking the drugs because they know that they can pass off as being a normal, idle looking family. So, the what I wanted to let the people know, because as you know that I am a spiritual investigator, uh, there's going to be a lot of arrests with these typical looking families. The FBI, DEA is mapping out. They know who they are. They know who these individuals are. They know their location. They know exactly the states that they traffic from. They know that they meet other people in key locations to pick up, and then the next one picks up to transfer to a certain city, town. So the FBI has mapped out a lot of these typical looking families and is about to make a big bust. This is why I am saying to a lot of people, you are in deep trouble because your final destination will be the destination will where you will be arrested, because the heat is coming down on all of these individuals that are trafficking drugs throughout the United States, because the United States is coming after the Sinaloa cartels. They're leaders that are operating from state to state, working with corrupt government officials, authority figures who have their hands all tied into all tied into drug trafficking. And they are the ones that are working with the Sinaloa cartel. So if you look at your city and you see the high percentage rate of high drug use, and there is a lot of drugs in that town, in that neighborhood, in that city, it could even be a suburban neighborhood. You know that a corrupt official has his hands tied into drug trafficking. but it's hiding in the background. And this is what the FBI, DEA is coming down on all of these corrupt government officials who have been profiting from the drug trade. So this is disgusting. This country is supposed to be safe and secure, but we have government officials that are all a part of the Sinaloa cartel, that are working with the Sinaloa cartels, with different leaders from that organization here in the United States. So these are the enemy of our country. They're the ones that are poisoning the children who are in the schools, the children who go to parks, who live in their neighborhoods. They're the ones. They don't care about your children. They don't care about anything or anyone. All they care about is profiting from the drug trade, making money off of this illegal criminal activity. And they are the ones that are responsible for the way this country has gone to the point where millions of people have died from drug use. This is disgusting. This is despicable. So the feds are mapping out the location, connecting to key locations and players. So they now are making the connection. They're seeing a lot of the individuals that have been, of course, they utilize people, these idle looking families, as their goddamn mules, because they put them up, and the families are, they're crazy. You you are driving, you and your husband and your children, in your car, and you're transporting drugs. You're willing to risk your freedom, your life, your home, your children, to go to prison because you think that you can get away with it. Think again. The feds are watching you. They are watching all of the idle looking families. Yeah, that's what's going on. And those individuals will not have what they think is the protection of the corrupt cop, because the corrupt cop now has turned in a lot of individuals who have been drug trafficking. Okay, they're not going to risk their jobs, their careers, their life to cover for you. So a lot of these families who thought that they were protected, think again. The feds and the DEA is coming now after all of the idle families who are trafficking drugs on the road. Oh yes, they're coming after you, and there's going to be a huge arrest. I see a lot of people being arrested. I see a lot of people being arrested because they took a big gamble. They took a very big risk. People are going to be losing their freedom. People are going to be regretting. They're going to be regretting for making the most stupidest decision of thinking that they were going to be able to get away. But that's the way most people believe. They can't see things in the long run. So you're laughing now, but later you're going to be crying, and you're taking huge risks because you're gambling your whole entire life. You're going to lose your children, your home, everything. Or for what? For chump change? To me, that's chump change. This is why the FBI is going to be making some huge arrests, because the Sinaloa cartels. Oh no, they can't continue to think that they're going to flood our country and get away with what they have been doing, working with street gangsters and corrupt government officials, because that's exactly how the Sinaloa cartels, they have been working with street gangsters, MS-13, ninjas, bloods, crips, diablos, All of these gangsters that don't mean no good for anybody in this country, all of these individuals, all they care about is money. That's all they care about is money, making money in an illegal, criminal way. They are the ones that are working with the cartels, and they are the ones that are killing the American people. They are killing, they're red rumming the American people because they make all of their money through illegal activity. They make it through the drug trade. So the Sinaloa cartels are working with the gangsters. And the gangsters are getting away with the things that they do because the corrupt officials are working hand in hand with the Sinaloa and the gangsters. So you got all three of them working together. The Sinaloa cartels, you got the street gangsters, and you got the corrupt government officials, authority figures, all three working together to kill you and the children and the families in this country. For what? For money. That's why FBI, the feds, is all over this group because they have been getting away with it. And now things have changed. Things have changed in this country. Nobody now is afraid of the cartels, of the street gangsters, or these corrupt government officials. They are not running the show. America is taking America back. You're not going to get away with the crap, the bullshit that you have been pulling off in this country for a long time, and you think that you're going to continue to do it because it ain't going to happen. There are a lot of upright government officials, FBI, CIA, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security, Department of Justice, all of them are coming after all of y'all full force because you are not going to continue to flood this country with drugs. It's finished. Your business is finished. Finito. Over. Okay? Huh. So these individuals, uh, these individuals now know that the feds is all over them. They know that they're finished. That's why that's why they have been working even more now with people who can pass off as the typical idol family who they can utilize to traffic drugs. And this is exactly what the feds is looking at. Is looking at making the connections. They see how they're all connected together. But mass arrests are common. And like I said, remember what I said, your final destination will be where you will be locked up. Yeah, uh-huh. Key locations. And your location is being mapped out. So a lot of people, prepare yourselves, get yourself a lawyer because see your handler who was overseeing you and the drug trafficking that you were doing, he's going to leave you high and dry. Uh, and you will be sitting in prison to rot because they're not going to be there for you. So get your money ready and prepare to hire an attorney to help you out when you get arrested because you're going down for drug trafficking. And you ain't going to have the backing of the corrupt cops that you had before in the past. Because, see, right now, the feds is all over, all of them, in all key locations. And don't say I didn't warn you because I gave the warning now. Mass arrest for drug traffickers. It's going down. But since You don't care about anybody and the American people and our children's, our schools, our neighborhoods, and our communities. Uh, this is why you get what you get, and you get a lot of time, a lot of time where you're going to go to prison. Good luck. Okay, people. I would like to say a little prayer, and I would like to say a little prayer and thank all those who have jumped ship, because there's so much that is happening, and I only discuss what I discussed for the day for a reason. Okay, so people, uh, protect yourselves. There's going to be a huge, huge arrest with the drug traffickers. Jump out before it's too late, because you're about to go down. Remember what I said. Okay, I'm going to say a little prayer to everybody. Blessed Heavenly Father, Arabat, the great I am, Mother Mary, Joshua, Archangel Michael, Mars Sector 6, Mars Sector 6, Master Aetherius, Galactic Federation of Light, Commander Ashtar, Commander Valiant Thor. Thank you very much for all that you do, for watching all of us, for protecting us and guiding us. Thank you, blessed Heavenly Father, for all of the upright government officials who have been protecting this beautiful country of ours. Thank you for the FBI, CIA, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security, Department of Justice, law enforcement, authority figures, government spies, double agents, community members who have been working with upright officials to help protect our country, to protect our country from all that have been harming, hurting, and profiting from organized crime. Thank you, blessed Father, for bringing all of these people together to help to protect each other, to work with all of us, to make this country safe and secure. Thank you, blessed Heavenly Father, for your love and light. So be it, and so it is. Thank you, everybody. God bless your families, your children. God bless our beautiful country. And God bless our president, Mr. Trump. And I will be back. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. You never know when I'm going to pop up to deliver the news of what the FBI knows. So take care, everybody, and have a wonderful night. Bye bye.